Hello and welcome to the Volume Up podcast. Today I'm joined by my co-hosts Cameron and Marcus. Please say hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
And today we will be talking about a number of things. I think it will be quite an interesting episode today, because we've got some very interesting things. Who wants to kick it off?
You do.
Yeah,
What do you mean I do?
Well, I'm telling you, you do.
It's clear that I do all the work on this channel.
You are the
Yeah,
tribute.
he does. He is.
What did you say? I'm not Katniss
Voluntary
Everdeen.
Yes, you are.
tribute.
We nominate you as tribute.
I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute.
You know,
I was gonna
actually
whistle that,
did
but I think it wouldn't pick up that well on my mic. It would
Copyright.
probably hurt.
I can't whistle.
Wait, no, it wouldn't be copyrighted, would
I
it?
don't know.
Probably would be. Anyway, first up we have Sir Tom, the newly Sir Tom in any way. If I can find, we are so professional here. You can tell.
Yeah, we're not
Absolutely.
even prepared.
Captain Tom, the one, Tom Moore. That's it. He was recently knighted, and the Queen actually left quarantine or her own lockdown or whatever to go knight him. And the maddest part is the fact that he actually refused something from her. Do you guys know what it is?
To drink tea with her.
Yeah, she offered to host tea after the small ceremony, but Sir Tom had already had plans.
Oh my.
So he said no. He had plans with his family.
I was being
That is-
sarcastic with the tea
I mean,
part.
That would be
No,
okay. though.
genuinely, she did. She actually did. But like, I don't know. I mean, my hat. Like, wow. Yeah.
I feel like you put a
Can't
lot of
they-
emphasis on the whole, like, oh, he refused the Queen. But it's like, I mean, if you have plans, plus you're in quarantine, like, I don't think that's something you should have done anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but like, it's not. I think it's not the point though. It's the fact that it's the saying no thanks to the tea, to the Queen. Is kind of something that no one does.
Like-
it doesn't matter like the meaning behind it, whatever. It's just even if you had plans, it's the Queen. You know what I mean? It's more so like an honour to be offered to go and have tea with her, and the fact that he did it just because he had family, he had plans with his family. That's something that not a lot of people will do.
I wouldn't say it's a bad thing though, since he shows he's got a high priority of his family.
Yeah, it's a pretty good thing on him, I guess. But I don't know, you're kind of putting the Queen as quite high, where we're not really, like, in the medieval ages anymore.
I'm just looking at the photos, and the Queen. I've never seen the Queen look happier, honestly. Well, okay, that's a lie. I have, but like, she looks so like when she's knighting him, she's literally got a massive smile on her face.
She's
Finally,
wearing
someone
a
my
mask.
age.
What?
Whoa.
It's a good point, to be fair. I mean, what did you guys think about the whole Sir Tom thing when he actually did the it was 100 laps or something like that of his garden?
100
it's something-
laps
it's
in
something-
the garden.
Well, it was something mad.
Something quite
How
big.
big is his garden, though?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. He has to walk around with the what's called thing to support him. Like him walking around, he's. Let me go see how old he is. If it's gonna even, let me.
It's going to bring up the wrong results as well,
They did it. To be fair, they did actually. He raised 30 million
which is
Damn,
amazing.
that is
Yeah.
amazing.
for the NHS.
That's a
He
good
is.
cause.
Oh, his spouse died. Oh, that's sad.
His goal was to raise
Um,
£1,000, but he got to a lot more than that, so that's pretty good.
Bloody hell.
He's 100 years old.
Oh wow.
100. Dude, he's done
Yeah,
well.
so known for his achievements for raising money for charity in the run-up to his 100th birthday during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
that's-
actually impressed. I was looking at like he did 100 laps of his garden. Like, what? But damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, he is an old chap. Like, for him to be doing that is just mad.
He's an old fella.
His dedication to it though was amazing. Like someone that
Yeah.
age, and for someone to do something like that at that age and to raise that much is absolutely amazing.
It's good
Yeah.
dedication, and it was for a good cause as well.
Yeah.
'Cause we need
The
that
thing
money
is,
in the
most
NHS.
people like who are only in their 50s, let's say, they wouldn't be doing it. They wouldn't be caught doing that.
True.
I wouldn't
Um,
be caught doing that.
But anyway, moving on. not going to stay too long on it because obviously it's not exactly the biggest news. Something that's a bit more big. We don't want to talk about it too much, obviously, because it's Corona again. But the other day, apparently, there was a cat. The first cat to catch Corona. Or I believe, I can't remember if it's the first UK cat or just cat in general. Hang on.
Most likely just the UK cat, since Corona isn't exactly a newish thing. It's just new to humans.
Yeah.
Or currently new to humans.
Yeah. I find it hard to believe actually that it's the first cat to have caught it. It might be the first to have been like detected with it.
First documented
a lot
cat
of
in the
people-
UK, most likely.
Yeah, a lot of people have had the coronavirus. Not a lot of people have cats.
And originally it was said that it was an animal carrying it, a bat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
But
the
so it says pet cat becomes the first animal in the UK. Okay, so UK then. To get COVID-19 after catching the virus from its owners. I reckon, as you said, it's probably not the first one. It's probably just the case that it's the first one that's been tested.
Most
Yeah.
likely.
But it makes me wonder, why did they test the cat? Like, I guess it makes sense as well, but like, surely there's been other families that have had pets that have got it, and they've not had their animals be tested. So why did they? Well, I don't know.
It's
I mean,
thinking about it,
I'm
okay.
looking at it now.
It's likely they
trying
took
to
it
find
to
out,
to the vet for other reasons, and they thought might as well test it for coronavirus while we're here. And then they found out it's got it.
I think it was quite an important thing to do though, because when you think about it this way, we are more domesticated than the animals that we domesticate. Because cats will go out and stroll and go out and do whatever the hell. We can't just do that at this stage. If that cat has got corona and it will just go out and have a stroll, that could give it to other people as well. It is itself a carrier.
Yeah, that begs the question of since we let cats outside more often. If they do become as susceptible as us to coronavirus, they could spread it a lot more due to the fact that they go out and do all manners of stuff that we have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, that does become a threat. You know, it does spread it around. Oh, I'm getting the Black Death vibes. Jesus.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's that bad. I mean, it's still
No, as
very
in,
bad, but not.
They
like
did
that.
swear it's
murder
just-
all the
it's just
cats.
Well, how many people was just killed though, in comparison to the Black Death?
Well, I mean, no, it's nowhere near, but obviously they killed all the cats and dogs because they thought that they were the ones that caused it. But they were
Wasn't
helping.
Black Death around for a lot longer?
Black Death? I'm not actually sure.
So it said it has had up to 200 million people in Eurasia and North Africa, peaking Europe from 1347 to 1351. So that's quite a lot of years though in comparison to how many we've had.
You've also got to think about the population density, the cleanliness of the people there, how superficial we are. Actually, a lot of people are kind of superstitious about this.
Worldwide, there is 16 million apparently
Oh wow.
for Corona.
It's a lot.
Wait, 60?
16,
Okay, so I was going to say 60.
I believe. Anyway, I could be wrong.
16
saying that.
million worldwide. Well, I mean, it is fairly new to humans. Like,
Yeah.
regardless of the fact that we are in one epidemic now, like, most viruses, they'll never disappear. People will always keep having corona or spread around, obviously, you know, once we control it. But that
Yeah.
will always rise. The fact that it is new, that's still quite a lot.
Nothing really disappears, which is a bad thing. Like the Black Death, there are some very, very, very rare cases. I think it was China? Hold on.
There was one in Saudi Arabia at some point recently, I believe. Well, not recently, I think it was end of last year that it was found. Yeah, nothing does ever really disappear. I think we're quite close with measles, I think. That was something that we were close with eradicating. But I'm not actually sure where we stand on that.
Didn't we eradicate smallpox or something? I think it was smallpox.
I think we did manage to do that, but it was kind of more replaced with cowpox because that's how the vaccine was made. Anyway, Jenna, let's go. But yeah.
Anyway, as we said, we don't want to keep too long on this because I feel like we talked about it long enough last time because obviously we had it in the first section about the world and then we had it about us. So let's move on to something that is quite possibly the maddest thing we're going to be talking about today. And it's Netflix's next documentary they want to do for next year. A documentary on Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
Now, out of all the people to do a documentary on, it don't get me wrong, it is actually a kind of good one. Because, let's be honest, we've had horrible people that have had documentaries on them. And I don't know, I think it's just because the name around him is so bad that people think... I mean, originally when I heard it a minute ago, I thought, okay, well that's a horrible idea, but in reality, is it actually? Because when you really think about it, it is such a serious case, but we've also had such serious cases before that I've had documentaries on them. Worse, if anything.
Like a lot of situations when someone hears paedophile, I think of Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was quite
But
famous.
maybe a lot of people probably don't know about Jimmy Savile actually, and the actual severity of it as well.
I
So
think
when
it's
people
probably
make
why they
light-hearted
haven't.
jokes, I think it'd be better for that to be shown more light on, to actually know how serious it was.
Yeah.
Or in some cases, some people may think it's too serious. I don't know. I don't think so. But
I mean, documentaries aren't meant to be jokative or funny as such. They're meant to be informative, which I think
Yeah,
is
exactly.
good because this is quite, it was a big thing that happened. He wasn't a fantastic guy,
Not at all.
and that's something that could be known to everyone. And having it out there, it is interesting to watch. Personal opinion, though, I think we need something a bit more positive coming out of this year. But I suppose
to
it
be
is.
fair, it's next year. It's next year.
Well, yeah,
But,
coming out
yeah.
of this year.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, though, we don't want it too positive, like in the sense of, it turning into a musical like The Greatest Showman and then making him out to be a lovely person. Which, for those people who don't know, the main character of The Greatest Showman, I can't remember his name, he was in actuality, in history, he was a slave trader, he was sexist, he was an abuser, racist, he was a horrible man.
Yeah, I don't know why
And
they
the
celebrated
history.
him. I think it was
It's
just
just
because
kind of
he
it's actually kind of mad when you look back and you think, well, why have they then made him out to be such a lovely person? Because in the film, he's the opposite,
yeah,
the
exactly.
absolute opposite to how they make him out in reality.
One of his training methods was if the elephants didn't do what he wanted, he'd get a iron poker, put it in the fire, and shove it up their noses. And that's just terrible.
That's horrible.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Tortured animals and just was a bad person overall. And they celebrated what he did.
See, I never watched Greatest Showman, but now I don't think I'm gonna.
No, it is a good film. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on the film.
Yeah, it's a good
because
film.
it is actually. I think it's a really good film. I just think it was kind of odd that they chose him out of all people. They could have chose someone that actually didn't have a name, or just made someone up. They didn't need to make him. But
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing that made me like really confused. Is that it was him.
That is the thing, though, with things like that, is that you don't need a specific character in a movie to be of a real person. But in a documentary, as we said, with the whole Jimmy Savile's a thing that might be coming to Netflix, that was a real scenario. This is informative. Whereas The Greatest Showman's more for entertainment than just information. So I kind of think that in a way, it's pretty good that they're doing someone like Jimmy Savile, because there is kind of a complexity to, obviously, it wasn't very normal or socially acceptable, the things he did. And that kind of is abstract from reality, why it would be interesting to watch. As opposed to, like, as you said, The Greatest Showman, you don't need a real person for that.
Well, yeah, they probably just got the idea from, this person made circuses, so he must be a good person. They try to shed light on the good things he's done, like that. But yeah, when you try and look at the good things of everything, you will find it eventually.
Yeah.
But I still don't really think they should have shown him as such a good person. They should have shown, like, parts of it did show that he was kind of prejudiced against the people he hired because they were deformed, and he was ashamed of them. But then they acted like he somehow became better in the end, and stopped doing everything bad.
I suppose it does seem a bit like a fairy tale story.
It's pretty fair retail.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't even know. The thing is, that was such a bad joke and bad pun. I just didn't make sense. It didn't fit there.
No,
I'm so sorry.
but you said it anyway because of course you did, because you're an idiot.
Well, why wouldn't I? Hey,
Yeah.
we're all equal here. We are all idiots. Idiots.
Idiots.
I can't even talk.
No,
Yeah,
no,
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 I
you
am an
can't.
idiot. Fair enough.
Also,
Ow.
do you know the guy with dwarfism in the actual film?
Yeah.
Apparently, like in real life, that was his brother, and he was the one that gave the money so he could rebuild the whole circus thing.
Mad.
So they did
Interesting.
change quite a few aspects of it to make it more entertaining. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's move on from The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, even though that was meant to be about Jimmy Savile and Netflix.
Yeah.
But
Well, yeah, but like,
it's great. We're just going to talk forever and ever and ever about random stuff.
Let's move on to something else, something completely random. So yeah, the Jimmy
Yeah.
Savile thing. I never really knew much about Jimmy Savile other than the bare minimum, like the fact that he was a paedophile and like a radio host or something. So this whole documentary might be quite informative for someone like me, who just knows that he was a paedophile.
He
yeah.
once visited the hospital and the school that I go to now.
Oh,
Mad.
Yep,
okay.
that was an interesting thing. He visited.
The thing is, he's met the Queen.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Like he's been. And the
He's
thing is,
met
apparently
my
they're meant to be talking about
Sorry.
the way that he his relationships with celebs and royals, like kind of just looked into the dark life of the disgraced entertainer. I'd struggled there. Before the vile crimes were exposed after his death in 2011. Obviously, I've just read that,
Yeah.
but I
It's
don't
not
know.
from memory.
It's apparently so. It's the size of a film, right? Okay, so it's not going to be like a long kind of series documentary kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you needed the
Um,
copious amounts of details. That wouldn't be.
The thing is,
good.
actually I didn't know about this. The Dark New documentary comes out of their 10-part series of Madeline Mccann and their upcoming documentary on the Yorkshire Ripper.
The
So,
Yorkshire-
there's another one, Madeline Mccann. As I said earlier, we've had documentaries that are very dark and very serious. So why can't we have any more? And I think that this is, it's not a perfect one, obviously, because it's Jimmy Savile, but at the same time, it is something that is, I think, worth people listening to get more, like to learn more about actually what happened.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Rather than it being a case of it being so black and white of just calling someone a Jimmy Savile for the sake of a joke.
Yeah. It wasn't just really that, unfortunately.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on, a bit more positive. Cameron, I believe you have something.
I do. So, I did recently read up. Apparently, there were scientists, I think it was in Japan, that discovered a bunch of microbes or whatever the hell. I'm not really into science, but they revived them, quote unquote, in some way. And there were 100 million year old microbes. So they were from the bottom of the sea, which,
Of the sea.
yes. So they were in, when I say quote unquote revived, they were in a dormant state for about 100 million years. They had survived in the South Pacific seabed, in like stuff, quite poor in nutrients, of course. It has enough oxygen for a microbe to survive and live in. But obviously, it's quite impressive considering how much the water's changed, even the oceans, in 100 million years. And obviously the different kind of creatures that live in it. And there was something that people said that this could spark interest in reviving or creating microbes on Mars, which could create a habitable place on Mars.
Really? Wow.
So that was something that I don't know. I think I hear a lot about the whole, oh yeah, one day we're going to move to Mars and it's going to be amazing. But like, I don't know where we stand on that. With Mars, how are we going to inhabit that? We haven't found water yet. We don't know of any life on Mars. Sure, there's a bunch of people going there. It's probably aliens like Martians. But is there? But it's interesting that we might be able to revive or create our own life then. That would be one hell of a way to do it.
That is a good concept because it has been said that there used to be lots of water on Mars, and if we bring that back, that could wouldn't exactly. I think it could actually stay there for a while. It's just evaporating too quickly. Also, the microbes, they like produce. Are they able to like produce oxygen, or like similar to plant life?
I think they use oxygen to make energy.
Okay.
So I completely forgot what the process is called. Wow, I'm really good at science, guys.
What process of
Respiration, that one.
What? Oh right, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, they do aerobic respiration even at the bottom of the ocean, where you'd think other things do anaerobic. So it's quite cool that they've got that.
That is interesting though. How close do you guys think we are?
What, to settling on Mars?
Yeah.
Quite far. I think we're very, very far, because the conditions to live on Mars consistently. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen The Martian, because I actually haven't, but I know a bit about it.
It's a good
So
film.
I don't think that's something that's might be a good film. But how realistic is that? Do we know of water there? Can we make our own food, grow trees, have animals and plants? Because if we move to Mars, are we all going to have to live vegan diets?
I mean, to be fair, people do that now.
Yes. However,
And we have got to the point where we are so close to replicating like meat and that in vegan form that it not only does it taste the same, but it gives the same nutrients and it's actually somewhat healthier. Not like, don't get me wrong, it's not like, oh, it is 50% healthier. It's only like maybe like 5% or something like that. But also it uses a lot less resources. So I actually think we're a lot closer than it may feel. I'm not saying we are close. I don't think 5-10 years. I think probably 30. I think 30 years before we are able to not fully live, but like maybe send a team that could live there for like a year plus.
yeah. Well, as you said, not be able to fully live there. On Mars, if you want to think about it, I mean, here on Earth we have 9.8 Newton per kilogram gravitational strength. On Mars, it's 3.7. So our diets are probably going to have to change for I mean, we don't have to use our muscles as much up there. And moving to and from planets is going to be
Oh no, I don't. No,
tricky.
I don't mean moving to or from. I mean
Just
we
moving
would
to
have
live
to send
there.
people there to live there.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you
I
think?
mean, I don't think. I think living there and going back and forth is more like 100 years maybe, or like 80, because we would have to be so technically advanced that we can create our own sense of what's the word? Basically, our own gravity.
How do
And
we
I mean by that in
communicate?
sense of like, huh?
How would we communicate? Like transport items, like say
Well, to
items
be
if it's
fair,
a game or something.
We've now got to a point where we can communicate across the planet. I think it wouldn't. Like, let's be honest. It wouldn't be too hard for us to be able to later on be able to communicate across planets.
True, but the actual distance between here and Mars constantly changes. Like since sometimes Mars is like really close to us, other times it's on the opposite side of the sun. So not only will we be able,
Sometimes I'm outside. Sometimes I'm underneath a shopping centre.
I think those are two very different concepts.
When you think about it
I
that
know,
way,
I
Brandon,
know,
you
I
wanna
know.
compare like maybe
no,
at
don't,
max a
look,
kilometre difference to
don't
sorry
try and do this to me, okay?
the distance
I'm
between
joking,
Earth and
I'm
Mars.
joking.
I still think that it would be very difficult. I don't think we could manage it in the next 30 years. I think about 50. Personally.
True. I think we would be able to like put little outposts on Mars and visit every few years in the next few decades, but actually live there, like full term. I'm not sure it can be done in our lifetime.
It's
Oh
also,
no,
I don't think water can be on Mars.
You don't really find water on Mars, but you can produce it because
What underneath could be better.
it could be well.
Underneath would be even harder because the surface is going to be the hottest part when you think about it until you get towards the core. But then that's going to immediately heat up
my
to
point
molten.
is, okay, so
It's
we are
very
able to
cold.
create plants artificially underneath like ground or whatever, and actual like we can a lot of these things we can do. We don't need to do on the surface. Like we can create artificial light that actually supplies enough nutrients to plants and that. Not the same necessarily, but we can do all these things without the need of being outside.
And we can create water.
Exactly.
Because in the Martian, he used the reaction between hydrogen gas and oxygen to create water instead of actually making his using his own urine for the whole time. So we need some crops like in the Martian with potatoes, constant resources.
Isn't urine actually good for you or something like that?
It's not the best. It's all it is everything that your body didn't use, all the bad parts of the liquids you've drunk. So you can. It will quench your thirst, but it won't do good for your body.
Right. Okay. What is it then? I'm just trying to remember. Something like, something's good for you if you eat it from yourself, but it's something disgusting. I can't remember what it was.
It was
maybe
sperm.
it's not. Oh, sperm. That's it.
Just rub it on your
protein.
face or whatever, and it will de-age your face.
I swear it's high in protein as well. Something like that.
I would not know.
Neither would I.
Not a clue.
Yeah,
But
pure
for legal
protein.
reasons.
Back to the point though. You say about water and like, oh, yeah, just keep it on Mars. Do you know how cold Mars actually is?
It's colder than Earth.
It's minus 62 degrees.
Nice.
How are you going to keep water there?
I mean, like, you could.
Yes,
You
but
can
how are you
put
going
in
to drink
containers.
How are you going to
But
like
in the
survive
interior, like-
that? It's
Just gotta
very
get-
cold.
Just gotta get some central heating.
Yeah, it's doable. You know, you can have
No,
make things
I
and
think
heat it up
there's-
for you. You know,
Wherever
it'll be tough.
there's a case of like there being a chemical reason why you can't do this or whatever, and there's always a piece of science that is out there that can counteract that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's not even just my opinion, though. That's also fact, because there's things that not self-heat, but like what's the word? Is it modulate? No. When you like you keep the same temperature, something like that. Someone will know that out there.
Probably.
What I'm on about.
Someone's better at science than us.
Yeah. I sat there
Who
pushing
is
their
it?
glasses like, I know what.
You're mocking the people
That's-
smarter than
You're
us.
mocking people smarter than us. Wow.
They now know where I fucking live.
We're just dumb.
They're coming to my house as we speak.
Yeah.
As of what,
already
like,
got your IP address.
Open the bin.
Yeah. Get in the bin.
Get in the bin.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to mock anyone at home, because I was that nerd as well. I still am, just not as nerdy.
Not as intelligent.
On an off note, I really hate glasses because you're having to push them up all the time. That's a pain in the ass.
Wow, that's so rude.
Assuming that nerds
But it's
wear glasses.
true.
I have to wear glasses, but I never do.
So
I'm just here with good vision.
They just annoy me. Yeah, well, I'm also
Nice,
colourblind,
mate.
so that's good for me as well. I can't even get glasses for my colourblindness either.
we should just. I tell you what, banging video. Get you the colourblind glasses. Do that.
No, you cannot get colourblind glasses for my form of colourblindness. You can't.
No. Shh. We can.
Have you ever
Oh, yeah,
tried
look.
to get them?
If we ever get a video like that, guys,
They don't
it's
need to
not
know that.
fake.
To that Logan Paul thing. Where it looks
Look,
into
all we
the
need to do
sunset.
is just get a normal pair of glasses, poke up the thingies, just get some like weird filter lenses, put them in, boom, colourblind.
I mean, okay, right.
Boom, you are colourblind. No,
Or
boom,
just put some tape
colourblind
over your eyes.
glasses.
Boom, you're blind.
Let me have a look. Okay, so are there actually
That's
glasses?
an interesting video to do, though. That's something like trying to get around something while blind.
Yeah, okay. So yeah,
Blindfolded.
it says here that like glasses are designed to address forms of red-green colour blindness and are not intended to assist the vision of people with Triton type deficiency, which is me. So it doesn't work on me. I can't be an astronaut or a pilot for that
So wait,
reason.
what kind of one do
I
you have?
can't go to a different planet. I have Tritonomaly.
Alright.
So
It's up because like, if you see a
Well,
flashing button or a flashing light, you have no clue what it means.
yeah, I mean
Is
I
that
can't be
good?
the astronaut.
You know, on the topic of questions, though, I believe we have some Q&A questions.
We do.
But we have pieced together from friends and online. They are very interesting ones. Does anyone want to start it off, or do you want me to go ahead, guys?
I don't know. That's up to you.
I I don't know the
Okay,
questions.
well, you know what?
Yeah, you have the questions.
No, look, they're right there. We all have the questions.
I'm gonna pretend that I don't see them.
Why? Why? Okay, you know what? Whatever.
Oh, there they are. I didn't
Listen.
see that.
Let me. If you could say one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
So just one
This
thing.
is a very tricky one because normally it's like, oh, if you could eat one thing, or if you could listen to one band or whatever. But this is if you could say one thing for the rest of your life.
Hello
You
there.
Basically, you're just a Pokemon.
Just sat the
You-
whole
you
time.
Hold on. Hold on. That's an interesting
I
one.
don't know.
I mean, you could
Give.
make it like
Give.
give.
Otherwise, if I'm saying anything else, I'm just like, I guess I can motion the like. I'm making the motion right now, but no one can see it but me.
Well, how many of you guys know sign language?
I know something.
can learn it.
Not a lot. I know like the smallest bit of sign. I know like
Same.
colours, and that's it.
I don't know. I've forgotten colours, but I know a tiny bit.
That's a good point. Yeah, we can just learn sign language. Brandon, I'd want to learn my name. I'd
Yes,
just
sir.
say my name. I'd be Pokemon.
I
Brandon.
wouldn't because I hate my name. I'd
Human.
probably.
Human.
That's a tough one. Give
Okay,
it.
well, that's a mad thing, you know.
So is it
You
one
couldn't-
word or one phrase?
No, word, singular word.
Like
Single word.
my own name, definitely.
Yeah, but imagine how awkward that would be during, you know.
During.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Are you trying to say during sex? It'd be awkward
No.
to be only able to say your own name.
Just nutting to
It
yourself.
kind of would be though, to be fair. You're
Hold
just the
on.
whole time you're just saying.
Hold
Stop.
on.
Okay, you know. Next question, then.
I didn't even
we're all
answer
say-
that one.
Shut up. We're all saying our names.
It's irrelevant.
Wow.
What's the most useless talent you have? I can touch my thumb
So,
with like the back of my bottom. No, the tip of my thumb with like the bottom of my left hand. Like I can basically just it folds over. That's it. That's the most useless talent I have.
he's got no
Wow.
bones in his thumb.
No joint or something like that.
I can pop my thumb out of place. And it scares a lot of people. It's quite useful actually, because someone's talking to me that I don't like, and I just do that, and this is running the other way. But other than that, it serves no purpose. I just dislocate it, and it looks weird.
I mean, for me, you have to have talents to have a useless talent. So
Come on, you've
Wow.
got to have something up your sleeve.
that's
got some-
weird owl noise I can make with my hands.
That's not useless though. That's pretty cool.
It is cool.
That's-
It doesn't
Like,
serve
and I
a
can do that as well. What do you mean?
Uh,
It's not useless.
Oh yes, I've got this weird thing where I put my hands together in a certain way, and I slap against something, it makes like a weird clicking sound. Not because of the joints, but because when the fingers slap together. Like I don't know what it is.
You'll have to show me next time we see each other. You'll have to show me that.
I will. It's very weird.
I'll show you my thumb.
But this is the sound.
I could do the same on my shoulder as well.
That's the sound.
I can do that. I can just clap with one hand.
It
I can
sounds
cl- I
like
can clap
you're
with my fingers,
clapping
so-
two open ends of mega blocks
While they're
together.
touching.
I don't know why I
You
thought
You can
of
clap
that
them
sound.
cheeks.
Hush now, my children.
Okay.
What is your favourite artist at the moment? Mine is Dean. He's a K-pop artist. I recently have kind of got into K-pop. Kind of love him. I pretty much listen to any music. If anyone listening or whatever, I listen to just about anything. But at the moment, K-pop is, yeah. And for me, it's Dean.
Yeah, I mean, I was
What
kind
about
of
you?
getting into 80s or 80s. I don't actually know how you pronounce it. Victoria never answered me. But 80s. I was getting into them. I haven't listened to too much, but I'd probably have to say Deandford at the moment. Which, I listen to them a lot. I don't know if you like look at my Spotify or whatever, but I listen to them way too much.
Yeah, no, pretty much whenever I see him online, I see him listening to them, so, yeah.
I love them.
What about you, Marcus? What is your favourite artist at the moment? Or who?
I'm not really sure. I don't really do that kind of. Maybe Imagine Dragons, since I've always liked them, and nothing's really changed.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah?
Well, the moment you said artist, I was thinking of that. It's called hentai, and it's art thing. So I was trying to think of a hentai artist name, but I don't know any. Since I don't
The second you
fucking know.
started
Speaking of
that, it's
hentai-
called.
No, I was joking. I was gonna make a really weird joke.
Speaking of hentai,
I was
if
gonna
you
say
were in
Shadman.
any anime universe, what anime would you be? No, which anime would it be and why?
So in one anime universe,
Yes, I'd have to personally be in the Naruto universe, just because it's
you'd
Naruto
be
universe.
so weak compared to
No.
everyone there.
No, I feel like if we're taking this crush, I'm not gonna go in there and just be weak because there's no point being there. I think it's like you actually have powers. Or
Yeah, I suppose
you
well, I mean,
have abilities, I guess.
I was told that the way Naruto works in terms of like power, something similar to the way that they build power in Hunter x Hunter. Not obviously the same, but I was going to say Hunter x Hunter because it's something that you can learn and develop. And I would love to be in there for Hisoka, obviously. But
No, no one needs to know that.
no one does need to know that, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Hisoka, he's just really cool. I don't know, yeah, that's all it is. Just saying. But I would probably
Cameron?
still say Hunter x Hunter, just because, yeah, it's cool.
I think My Hero Academia, since I get superpowers because there's a high chance of that. But
Oh,
also
yeah.
it's still like a modern. The world's still modern, so I still got video games and TV and stuff.
Yeah, good point.
That is yeah, that is a very good point.
And I'm not really guaranteed to die at a young age.
Wow.
So I was going to say Attack on Titan, but then again, that's not a good thing at all.
You
No,
probably would
it's
die.
a tough
Yes,
universe
exactly.
to live in.
That'd be a
Very
horrifying
tough
place.
one. There are quite a few others that'd be very tough to live in, though. Like,
One Punch Man, since like whole cities get destroyed in seconds, like every day. Like in one of the episodes, there's this absolute giant who steps on a city and just destroys everything.
That's the first episode.
Yeah, exactly. The first episode, everyone dies.
Literally the first episode that happens.
damn.
I'm trying to find. We've got one from our editor.
Oh no.
Alex,
This is gonna be bad.
are you a fan of breasts?
Yeah.
I prefer ass myself.
I also prefer ass myself.
I
Yeah.
prefer chicken wings. Than to chicken.
Why you gotta?
You know, I'm just like that. Yes,
You know, the thing is, everyone has done the same thing. Me and Cameron have just done side,
Yeah.
internally and externally.
Yes, and mentally as well.
Thank you, Alex, for that question. That was
Yes,
brilliant.
I do like
honestly. I
breasts.
think that's the deepest question we will have today. Honestly.
Dude, yes.
Actually, well, this next one is very big as well. If you could change one feature on yourself, what would it be?
Is that why you mentioned big? Because you want a big cock.
For God's
Yeah.
sake.
Nice cock.
Well, this was initially a question when I heard it, when I saw it come up, because it's one feature. You can't change like anything about it. It has to be only one thing.
So you can't say you can't be like, oh well, be beautiful or good looking, because that's not one feature.
Bugger.
That's just changing
Just
one
one
thing about
feature.
yourself. But
So
one
change
feature,
one feature.
my eyes. I like my eyes, but I'd like for them to be like, just if you look at them, you are now like you want to marry me.
Apparently, I have eyes like that, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that.
I want to be physically fit, like very, not overly physically fit, but to the point where I could do parkour very well. I want to do
Wow.
parkour.
I can do that with you. It's fine. But yeah, I feel like I was gonna say the same as you, Marcus, but I also kind of want like better. I want basically. It's a tough one because I mean, you two know who Andy Black is. His hair, I'd like hair like his. That's for me. That's just something I would like.
Not
I
black hair.
don't even know if it would suit me, but yeah.
Just dye your hair.
I'm planning on dyeing my hair.
Yeah, like me. I dye
Yeah.
my hair all the time. People can't tell by the little head of me with blue hair.
Yeah. I asked to
if you
dye
could-
my hair and now I have.
Right, have we all answered, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. If you were to switch bodies / lives with anyone for a single day, who would it be and why? Cameron, go.
Why
Actually,
me?
No, we've both gone first. Marcus, go.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. Probably.
You don't get to think.
Ooh. What's it called again? Bill. Oh yeah. Bill Gates, and make him give me a bunch of money, then to donate a lot of it to charity.
That's a pretty smart way, I'm not gonna lie. Wow.
I'll still leave him with billions, so he doesn't go bankrupt. But I want some of that money, and I want him to give some of it to charity.
You know what? That's fair. You know
That
what?
is
Fair
intelligent.
enough.
See, not all of my answers are very cringy.
No, that was just a different kind of cringe. I'm joking.
Oh, thank you.
I'm joking.
Wow.
I'm joking. Psych.
I have no idea. Brandon, you go next.
Ryan Reynolds.
Wow, just because you want to look down.
Yes.
No.
Just swing it
Ryan
around.
Reynolds. No,
Yeah.
no. Wait. Dean. Yeah. My
Oh,
artist from earlier. 'Cause I could sing.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose that's a good one.
You can sing now, just not very well.
And I'm going to steal Marcus's. He's probably got a lot of money, so I'm going to PayPal myself some money. I mean, yeah.
Wow. See, this is why
He's gonna wake up the next morning in my body, in his body or whatever, and be like, "Well, hang on a minute. Why have I PayPal this random kid like just $500,000? Why not?
only $500,000.
Well, I wouldn't want to take too much money because I feel I would actually genuinely feel bad. I'd end up PayPal if I gave
This is
myself
why
too much
you
money.
don't
I'd
pick
PayPal it
him.
back.
That's why I don't pick him. You pick someone that you hate with a lot of money to give it back.
No,
So,
because
you just take
I
it
wouldn't
all.
want to be them for a day. I'd have to be them for a day. It's not like I can be like, okay, I've gave myself money.
I don't want to be
Oh, now back
myself
to
for
me.
a day.
Well, okay, who would you be for a day then?
For a day, right? See, it's a very difficult question because there are the people I want to be because they look attractive, because they have money I can give it to myself, or because they can sing and do things that I can't do. But like, you guys wouldn't actually know him, and I feel like it's a weird thing to say. Toby Seagar, because he is a very...
That's not the answer you said to me last night.
No, it's not, because I didn't think of the answer to you last night. The answer I gave to you last night was you, but I don't want to be you.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd choose Toby Seagar. If you guys don't know who he is,
He's
he's
doing
part
You
of
don't
the YouTube
care.
group.
He was meant to say me, guys. I'm appalled. You
Yeah,
don't
he tried to
care.
script it, but I abolished the
I
script.
didn't.
It's
No,
fucking
shut.
scripting.
No, don't try and make me out to be like that. I did not try and script it.
No, he didn't. Don't worry, guys.
Bribery.
We were just talking about it last night, trying to set it up, and then he said, "Oh, I'd want to be you." To be fair, I was like, "What?"
Nah, Toby Seagar, because he's a free runner and parkourist. He is part of a YouTube group called Stora. Check them out; they're amazing. Just saying.
Why are you doing a plug like that on my channel?
Because they are amazing and they are incredible athletes, right? Toby Seagar also does Ninja Warrior. He's badass, and I want to be like him because he's quite fit, he's quite good, but he's good at what he does,
It's quite good.
and he's part of a very fun group. So being him for a day would be pretty good.
Anyway, we're kind of the thing is, I don't want to run into too much time. So, as much as like we've got quite a lot of questions, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to leave it here for now. We're going to come back to the questions another time.
Okay.
The only reason why I've just done questions here is because, well, last time we talked a lot about coronavirus and that, and as I said before, we don't want to dwell on it too much. So we just thought it'd be a nice change up, just some quick questions about ourselves, and just general questions.
Also, the next question is awkward, so. Well, my answer is awkward at least.
Well, what's the next question?
Read it.
Oh no, we're not gonna answer the question. We can answer that next time.
I'm just saying, like, read. I'm not saying read it out loud. I'm just saying.
Oh no, I know.
Oh.
I just read it.
Yeah, looking at that question.
You know my answer.
That's for another time. Don't worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
that's,
at home, you're gonna have to tune in next time for this question. Okay, it's gonna be a good one. You better.
Did you say
better
tune in next time? Ah, you know, I have actually been saying tune in next time, so I don't
Tune
think I
in,
can
yeah.
say that.
We're doing a podcast,
So-
not a video.
Games is the next topic, obviously.
Yes.
Well, section, I guess. The next topic actually is Rocket League going free this summer.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Nice.
going free. I've predicted that it will go free on the 31st of August, just because that's when the season ends. I already played a lot.
I personally disagree, only because it's meant to be releasing this summer.
Yeah. I mean,
And for them to do
31st of August
30
is still summer.
True.
Did you say 31st?
Yeah.
That's Yes, it's still summer, but it's the end.
I know, but it's Epic Games and Psyonix. They carry things out in a very peculiar way. I'll say
Yeah,
peculiar.
well, no, it's not just Epic Games though. It's being released everywhere.
Yeah. No, it's being taken off of Steam.
What?
Oh.
Is it?
It is being taken off of Steam. Anyone that already has it on Steam will keep it, and they get given certain in-game rewards. So I'll be given a title, banner, and border for my player, and they look very bad. I've seen them already. They look so awful. I'm never going to use them. It's not a very good consolation for giving it away to a different platform for other people for free at all.
How much was the game beforehand?
£15.
Oh.
I did get it for £7, but that's because I got it on sale.
No one needs to hear about that. It's fine.
Yeah, haha, anyone that bought it for 15 quid, up yours.
Fucking hell.
But
That's
yeah,
unnecessary.
I'm joking, guys. We
3
love
people
you.
have left the chat. Left the chat, left the podcast after that.
Yeah, goodbye to
Damn,
them.
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, but
Very mean,
I
aren't
don't
you?
think that it is
Come
a
back.
good. I don't think it is a good way of making up for it. Like, to be honest, I don't really think I need it. I mean, I've got friends that are coming over to be playing Rocket League eventually, and I'll get a new account on Epic anyway. Just because casually, it's annoying. But it's just like, yeah, it's becoming free. It's good for everyone else. But the way that they do it, and they do this a lot, is that bad things happen. They give you rewards for doing well, or like, oh yeah, you've bought this game, you've donated to the cause in a way. But they're giving us really bad ways to make up for it. It's like, we don't want it. Just do nothing. That's the part that annoys me. But it's good that it's going free. That's a positive.
So you don't think the rewards are worth what you paid, since it's going free now, so you basically paid for the rewards they're giving you?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've paid for things that I'm never going to use.
Ah. Well, it's like me with most games.
That's
though.
the down's worth.
Like, I buy
Yeah.
a lot of things and never use them, but that's not really a good thing at all.
Mhm.
This means you can fight off against more noobs.
Yeah, I mean that's true, and Smurfs. But yeah, I have seen that it is coming free to play, changes to tournaments, challenges, systems, and cross-platform progressions, and obviously the new rewards. So obviously, if some people get it on console, it's better to play console and PC together, which I think they're optimizing chat to be used cross-platform as well, which is good. So yeah, they are doing improvements, and the game has recently been going down. But I'm guessing that what Brandon was going to say is that we can move on now, and yeah, that's about all it really is for that topic. It's getting better.
But I mean, you're saying about improvements.
Yep.
And obviously, improvements normally come in their second coming, and there is a second coming of the Oculus Quest for anyone that follows any VR or anything like that in general. The Oculus Quest 2 is meant to be coming out, or we're meant to be seeing more of it at least. Or no, it says there's a potential launch date of September 15th. It's actually pretty soon. So far, all we've seen of it is some leaked images of it being white now instead of black. Apparently it's lighter, but we don't have any specs. I'm assuming it will probably have a high resolution, probably higher refresh rate. I'm not sure. I don't know. It doesn't. It looks more smoother in a way than the original Oculus Quest. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at it and it doesn't look that much different. It just looks white, honestly. But if it genuinely is the Oculus Quest 2, then I think we can be expecting quite big things from it. But it would be costing quite a bit. Apparently, it's going to be costing around 400. Let me see. Yeah, about 400. Whereas the last one was.
Isn't 300?
I don't know. Yeah, it was 300, I think.
Actually,
Yeah.
no. I've got one of the quests. Well, I quite like.
Yeah,
it.
you've actually got a quest.
Yeah, I've got a quest. I'm going on a quest. No, but yeah, I've got an actual Oculus Quest, and it's really good. Although the controller broke within the first few months, but that's just my fault, so I hit it against a wall by accident. I was playing
So wait,
Beat
what's-
Saber, don't blame me.
What's happened to it now, though?
I've just used some tape and put it back together.
Oh, right. Well, where did it break then?
It broke on the so on the controller part. you've got the thumbstick, and above the thumbstick there's this circle thing that monitors the movement of your thumbs, I think. And
Well, it's meant to be for tracking basically. So those are tracking rings for the actual cameras.
yeah,
So that it's got IR basically. The inside of it is a band basically that it uses to track.
basically I broke the circle part in half. It didn't fall apart.
Oh my
much,
god!
But it still actually works perfectly fine because none of the major parts were broken.
It's kind of mad. The fact that still works out well.
Shows actually put quality into the actual design.
Yeah.
Not just let it break easily like a lot of brands would do.
Yeah. So oh no, Oculus Quest 400.
Okay.
Damn.
They most likely put the original one on discount when they bring out the new one. Yeah, VR's
So,
very good.
In that case, though, then the original Oculus Quest, might be lowered down to like 250
Could
or
be.
like 300. Because I remember during the Black Friday sale that went down to 300. I don't know. That's interesting though, because you can't exactly bring an Oculus Quest 2 out. If it's much better, you can't put them at the same price.
Yeah, they'll definitely bring down the
Yeah.
Oculus Quest one.
That begs to differ though. If the Oculus Quest 2 is better than the Oculus Quest, that means that it's equally as better, as much better, than the Rift S, because that is basically on par with the Oculus Quest.
Oh, so just evolving evolving VR overall then.
Yeah, basically. Obviously though, you'd need the Oculus Link, which I don't know if that will work with the new one.
Most
I don't
likely
know
will.
if you'll need a new Oculus Link. You have one, don't you? Oculus Link?
Yeah. I think it can be used for most Oculus devices. So I doubt they'll change the need for the new thing, because a lot of brands would change the needs every single time a new device comes out. Like a certain brand that creates things that changes the need. But Oculus, I think.
Wait, who was you trying to fry shots at there?
I think it was the Apple, basically, how the leads have changed for the computers and the phones quite a bit, or in the past they
Yeah.
have gone for that really thick US,
Lightning
that really thick
adapter.
port, the really wide one, and now the really
Yeah, it's
small
called
one.
Lightning.
Hmm?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, yeah, the wide one. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean now.
That's changed quite a bit.
And
But-
now it's Lightning.
With the ports, I think it's one of I forgot what it's called now. The USB version 3. You were talking about it earlier.
Yeah,
when I
Type
was-
C. So Type C is the most recent one in terms of miniature USB.
Yeah.
Type 3 is. Wait, I'm trying to think.
No, so I meant what you were talking about.
No, well, it's 3.0, USB 3.0, which is. No. Yeah, Type C. I'm trying to remember, it's just my head. Because there's two versions of the Type C kind of thing. But I'm just trying to remember. Is there? I don't know, maybe my brain is making it up. No, I think my brain is making it up. So Type C obviously can be turned either way, and it's better than the micro USB because there's like little prongs of a micro one
Yeah.
where they can sometimes be pushed up and then they can't work anymore and they just basically slide in and out.
Then you have to buy a whole new one.
Yeah, basically. And obviously the thing about Type C is obviously you can have it either way, so it's better. And it's the fastest receiving.
That's good.
So it is the best out there right now. I think all phones personally should have it by now. I understand why some phones don't, because obviously the budget, but yeah.
It could also be because they want, or they can't really be asked to upgrade it, also, or because
Yeah.
they, since those ones are more likely to break, they want you to buy new ones, so they get more money.
Yeah,
Just
that's
sometimes
it's
it's
just
a
greed.
good marketing strategy in that sense.
I'm definitely looking forward to the Oculus Quest 2. I was originally going to buy Rift S, but if the Oculus Quest 2 is a lot better than the Rift S and Quest, obviously, then I might end up just buying the Rift S, the Quest 2. Sorry. because obviously it's still £400. That's very cheap. Or if it's not, and it's like 500 or 600, I'm willing to pay that price. Because I think that is the way to go, rather than having the cameras set up or whatever. I don't know. I think that's a lot more hassle than it's needed to now.
Okay.
Anyway, final topic. Thoughts on the Xbox XS or XS, whatever, and a PS5. There's not much to talk about, obviously, because I feel like it's kind of a beaten to a pulp by now, the whole subject. I personally am on the side of the PS5. I think it's the exclusive games amount that they showed so far have been really good. They've showed off the capabilities of the PS4, and in general just been like proper staples up until now. I just look more interesting in general, whereas like things like Halo Infinite is kind of just samey, and it looks kind of boring.
Okay.
Yeah.
The question is the design of the actual thing.
Ooh.
I feel like PlayStation 5 tried to be a bit too futuristic with what it is, because what are the like? It looks like they tried to make it.
Though. I think it looks sexy. Not gonna lie.
It
Some
looks
people
like
think it
Eva
looks.
from Wally.
I think some people made it too sexy though, because of the fan art that people made the moment it came out.
Well, we are not going to go there.
Yeah, let's not go there.
No one.
No.
There's no fan art. Don't worry, guys.
We are not going to go into all this.
That's not a thing.
madness.
Also,
Yep.
so it's kind of weird how PS5 has seemingly gone to white, but Xbox has gone to black
Yeah.
at the same
They've
time.
swapped colours, which is interesting.
What did you just say? They swapped colours.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Xbox 360 was white.
Yeah, but you realise that the Xbox was black.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've got one next to me.
No, I mean the original Xbox.
Yeah, but it went to white as an Xbox 360, and
Yeah.
then obviously it switched to black, and it's still black. Whereas PlayStation has always been black, and now it's switched to white.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, though, they'll both have their own black and white.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm looking forward to PlayStation 5. I mean, if I get one of them, I'm getting PlayStation 5. I doubt that I'll get one because I have a PC and I'm happy with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
But if I do,
Well, I know I'm going to be picking it up because it's just I don't know, it has too many things that's going for it. Sorry, just looking at some stuff. There's too many things going for it that I can't say no to. Like, as I said before, like, the exclusive games like Horizon. I can't remember the second part of the name, but the next Horizon game, basically, the Ratchet and Clank game, the Spider-Man game, which I'm really hyped for, probably the most out of all of them.
I'm more hyped for Ratchet and Clank personally.
Yeah. Well, I haven't played the Horizon game, so I wouldn't know, but they look really good.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was looking for anything, it'd be another Jack and Daxter. But
Oh, wait, okay? I didn't even know
I
you
want
played
one.
Jack and Daxter.
oh, I loved it.
Oh, have you, Marcus?
No, never played
Oh, okay. Well, that's now going to be an off-topic thing. We're going to go. I am now going to after this. I'm going to ransack you with information.
it. Yeah.
I wasn't too
Not you,
like,
Marcus.
into
Not
it,
you,
but,
Marcus.
Like,
I mean,
I loved the games.
Oh, okay.
I'm happy to have all this information shouted at me afterwards. It's fine.
I will.
But I think I was a lot. The reason why I have an Xbox One isn't because I like the games or whatever. I can play games on my PC. The reason I had Xbox One is because I could just use it as a Blu-ray player. It's got Crunchyroll, Netflix, Blu-ray. I got whatever the hell I want. It's got YouTube as well, and I can just. There you go. That's what I do in my spare time. But unfortunately, my Xbox is now broken, so I can't do that anymore. Haha. Imagine breaking a silly Xbox. But yeah, if I want games. Oh no. Yeah, if I get one for games, it'll be PlayStation 5, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, same. I think doesn't PlayStation have a lot more exclusives than Xbox?
Oh,
It has
yeah,
a lot
it
more.
does.
Yeah.
Out. I think out the ones that they showed, it was like 15 of them were. They showed like 27 games or something mad. It was a lot of games they showed. 25, I think, actually. About 15 or so of them was exclusives.
That's a shame.
Not timed exclusives, but exclusives.
Yeah, they do have a lot.
Which, when people think like, oh, you want, but why do they have timed exclusives? Have you had a look at the PC? The PCs have like thousands of exclusives in the form of indie games, small games. They have sometimes they have later gone on if they've done well enough to go on to like console and that, but they pretty much have just stayed on PC.
Yeah.
And then likewise with something like the biggest staples like Halo and such like that. Yes, they've now came to like PC, but so have a lot of PS4 games have come to PC.
Does creating exclusives to those consoles increase the chance of people buying them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't fault a company for wanting to have something that's unique to them.
Yeah.
Because
No,
if you came to it and let's say the Xbox Series X and the PS5 was the same console, same game, same everything, then why would you? What's the point? There's nothing that lets you pick from one to the other. You just get one, and that's it.
I mean, like, the whole point of of a company is to make money. So of course they're going to have tactics which helps them make money.
Exactly.
It does annoy me though, because I do want to be able to play everything.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
but it's just some things I
Well,
can't.
then just have more money and buy everything. Duh.
I wish.
It's
I'm not
that
gonna lie.
infinite money.
That's
This
later
is
on.
why
That's
Marcus
later
is
on
gonna
YouTube
swap
money.
bodies with Bill Gates. Just give himself.
Give us a couple years, and then we'll have that true YouTube money.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Probably not.
Even things that I wouldn't always think about though. Like, I've had my friend who plays on Xbox. He just says, "I really wish I could play League of Legends," and I'm sort of like, "Okay, it's awful. Don't." But that's my opinion. Like, you can't have that.
You've
Like-
triggered a lot of
That
people.
sounds so sad. He can't have that.
You've
I know
triggered-
it
No.
is sad because he wants it, and I know that I don't like it. But there are, he would have to have a computer for that. And if I wanted to have all these exclusives, I'd have to buy a PlayStation. But I don't. No, I just. The way I see it though is that there's so many things that you just can't have without buying an extra machine.
Yeah, it's
Which-
kind of annoying, but understandable.
Yeah.
Like for the longest time, like the main reason why I got a PS4 was to get Spider-Man.
Really?
That was literally my incentive. I wanted to play Spider-Man. This one game I wanted to play. That's it. I then did end up buying like things like Black Ops 3 and all these other games and that, and now I do have quite a big host of games thanks to like PlayStation Plus and then just games in general that I've got. But I have it's basically just from wanting Spider-Man. That's literally the main reason why I got the PS4. And then when I did play it, I completed it within a week, and then got the DLC, completed that in a week, and I still play it to now. Like a year later, I still play it.
Apparently, you can
That
get
it-
some
I know, yeah,
PlayStation
games
exclusive
good.
games on your PC by using what was it?
You can.
The PlayStation Now, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think a lot of
It's-
games
it's
actually
alright.
change up after a while. As well.
PlayStation Now is alright, but I've used it and it's not the best.
Okay.
It's very
What was
like
it? There was a Nintendo. There was a Wii U game, right, that came out on everything after a while. Was it Zombie U or something like that?
Zombie U. It was
Came out on everything, and I
I
think
I had to explain that to a friend the other day because he collects games, and he thought, oh well, that's such a rare find because he found Zombie U on the Wii U, and I was like, you do realise that's. No, he wanted to keep it. That was it, because he wanted to play it, and I explained to him, why would you when you can play it on PC? He's like, what would you mean? It's like, well, it's on everything now.
yeah. And was it Detroit Become Human came out? It was originally a PlayStation
Yeah.
exclusive.
Yes, it's on
Yeah, it's
PC
come
now.
out on PC now.
Yeah, and I
Same thing
really wanna
with
get
Death
it.
Stranding.
Yeah,
But those aren't exclusives over. Those are called timed exclusives.
yeah.
There's a difference. They
Same
do
with-
eventually come out later on. They're
It's
just
like-
first on PlayStation.
Yeah, when I used to
Or
play Call of
Xbox.
Duty all the time, and I realised that PlayStation always got all the DLCs like a month before Xbox. I hated it.
Tad sad.
The big sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's now been an hour again.
Yes.
So I think that
indeed.
concludes this episode. I feel like I don't know. I don't think this episode was as good as last time.
It was a
I know,
shambles.
I shouldn't be saying that.
That's not kind of
Hey,
thing to say.
it's going to be a shambles every time.
Yeah, it's always going to be a
Um,
shambles, guys. We are shambles.
A mess.
That's
Yes.
us.
We are the
we are a mess.
personification of a mess together.
But we do hope you stick around.
Yes.
Because we've got a lot more episodes in us, a lot more to talk about in the future. Anyways, that is all from us. Please leave any feedback or questions down below, and until next time, see ya.
Goodbye.
Farewell, guys.